didn't get the unit number. 040 Ireland calling. Hey, 040, top of the day to you, my friend. Good afternoon from 185, 9 Tango Charlie, 185, Newfoundland, Canada. QSL? QSL 185, Newfoundland, Canada. And this is 29 Foxtrot Bravo 040.
Some good DX this morning.
The operator name is Peter. Papa Echo Tango Echo Romeo, over. QSL or Peter. First on this one is David. Delta Alpha Victor India Delta. QSL? Yeah, QSL David. I hear you, no problem, sir. Signal 7, radio 5, but there is a lot of QSB at the moment, over. QSL, yeah, I got you here between the 5 and the 6 there right now, but hopefully the conditions will change there shortly there. Go ahead. Yeah, no problem, David, and hopefully we'll get some DX, some good DX over the next couple of hours before 4 o'clock. It's now 1400 hours here in Ireland. All right, David, 73, thanks for answering the call, over. QSL, my friend, well, thank you kindly for the contact, and hopefully we hear from you again there later on today or another day there. QSL? Yeah, no problem, David. Take it easy, buddy. 73s, enjoy the radio. Bye for now. Copy that. 73s. Thanks again, my friend, for the contact. All the best.
Conditions aren't failing anyway. They're getting better and better, bit by bit. Conditions are more constant now. That's Dave in Stephenville, of course. 9 Tango Charlie 185. He does a lot of skip shooting when the skip is rolling. I think he's currently operating at 2510 in Mantron 99. And there you go. 38's gone quiet again. It's just the way it is. Yep. Just drops out. Comes back in. Sad. Be great to get some good DX, but it's coming. Let's take a scoot up. See if there's anything on the nickel. Again, it's pretty quiet here. Somebody's a bit off frequency there. Can't seem to find them. On the lower side band. See if we can catch him. Clarify him in. No go. See if we can get some Ritty today. Yeah, the Ritty is a lot stronger today. Not showing a whole lot on the meter, but it is does have more modulation. Interesting. Get back down to quiet here. I can hear somebody doing a QSY.
DX, this is Austin Romeo, son of the Dawn, in the United Kingdom, calling CQDX, signing on.
I guess Dave is done chatting for a while. Well, I guess the DX has dropped out anyway, so not much sense to be screeching if there's nobody listening to you hollering. Just going to drop down to the 0 and see if we can pick up some chatter around here. Must be on 465. And gone. Well, he's on channel 45 somewhere. Interesting. It's nice to see people using different frequencies, getting off the 38 for chatter. Some people like to chat, so just like I was just doing. Okay, I'll wait for better condition. Conditions are back in. It's 10 to 1 p.m. here. Let's see what's up above. Pretty quiet. Oh, a small bit of DX here. I guess we'll give it a try. I don't like to walk on any locals that are calling.
Copy 420, I believe Lakeland, California, 420, 323, Louisiana, down around New Orleans, Louisiana, waving it back.
001 Northern Ireland is down again. Anyway, we'll give it a go.
Roger, I appreciate the wave. 420, Lakeland, California, 323, Louisiana, we'll stand by, maybe we'll get some clear conditions. 323, Bayou Country, just wave.
CQDX, CQ, 9 Tango Charlie, 02, Newfoundland, Canada calling. CQDX, 9 Tango Charlie, 02, Newfoundland, Canada calling. Interesting, I'm not hearing Western Canada. Typically, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, maybe a bit of PEI. But definitely Ontario, Quebec, and Alberta. Usually hear Jim Curry calling, but probably be busy doing something else today. Because we do have Ireland and Scotland and, well, the UK. Definitely in the mix here. So it's odd that we're not hearing that. We're getting the eastern DX, but not the western from this Newfoundland location. And of course, we're getting the stateside. Would be very interesting to see the solar patterns in real time as I'm using the CB here, which can be done if you can get the appropriate website that tracks that. I'm not sure if it's in real time, but it's got to be pretty close. Now, Texas typically is not a state that we get often, so conditions are definitely good, I guess we'll say, and changing. Usually we get the eastern seaboard way easier here, since we're just above it, kind of sort of north and east of it, but right along the eastern seaboard, the natural water ground plane. It's an awesome conduit for DX. Certainly busy, so I'm not going to attempt any more calls. Let the conversations continue for now. Try not to be a part of the congestion. There's a good bit of communications. Not too many people QSYing though. Very brief contacts.
Lately, it's, how can we say, you don't hear many of them because, a lot of them, because they come when you're sort of in bed there, Randy,
It's odd noise behind his vocal.
I was just going to inform you, that time around, it started doing that sound again with the amplifier.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, you're
sounds like his amp is farting.
It's got a little something.
Pardon my French.
But hey, mate, I gotta go. My buddy's here. We gotta go do a job, so I'm gonna roll on. Hey,
See if we
I'll
can.
catch you folks later, man. Roger, Victor.
Okay, Randy, alright, that's all problem, mate, and Randy, thank you very much, catch you later.
Roger that. Cheers and beers, Victor.
And want to turn your audio up there, it's starting to go crazy.
QSK.
You're increasing the power, which is increasing the ampage. So yeah, it's definitely it's a power issue. And yeah, so start looking at that. That's all it is. It's just a power issue, an ampage issue. So have a look at that and see how you get on.
Yeah, he's probably taxing his power supply with his amp. You got to have the proper amperage for sure. If he turns down his audio, we got no problem.
No, that is 100% perfect where it is now.
Very peculiar troubles you can have with CB radio. Obviously, it's a fine balance between power and amperage. And
I don't know what power it is. What's that, about 200? That's about 300. Yeah, that's bloody plenty. I know that you want to push more, don't we all? Well, there you go. There's a kilowatt. So we all want to do it, but you can easily just sort the issue out, and then you'll be off and banging away. Yeah, but I do it.
He's hard to understand too. It sounds like his amplifier is probably compressed or something.
Right, there's a QSK. Bring him in, Vic. Yeah, QSK.
Some interesting conversations though, but just by listening you can learn quite a bit, but there's a lot of junk I suppose to be listening to as well on DX.
Roger on that there. Anyway, you got Dara on there as well, another friend of mine on the radio, so if you want to say hello to Dara,
Yeah, I think it's just his microphone's a bit muddy.
Yeah, very good. I think it's still morning over there. It is. It's about 20 past 10, I think, if I've got that correct. Yeah, nice to meet you, John. Operator's Del this way, Delta Echo Lima. The call is Delta Tango 1070 there, John. Go ahead.
It's interesting that the UK is coming in so well. Been wanting to get down to the 305 net, which we will go to now. And I think my good friend Fred is on upper sideband, and his friends, the 305 net in the UK. So 1 dB of noise there. Let's try the noise limiter. No effect at all. But of course that's at 1 dB of noise, that's pretty functional. And I do hear somebody in there. Now my only issue with coming to the 305 net on sideband is there's I guess it's not a group, it's just a bunch of people I suppose that just hang out maybe on this frequency. I experienced it once, and while I was calling for the 305 net in the UK, they wanted me to switch over to AM. They said the channel was not sideband, and to get off the frequency if I'm going to be on sideband. Of course, it's irrelevant, and this would be futile for me to be breaking on AM for the people in the UK if they're on sideband. So again, it's kind of a bit of give and take when it comes to CB radio. There are some hard and cold facts about the rules and regulations of use, but as for being on sideband on channel 30, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's more to do with courtesy. I didn't hang around too long on that frequency. But we're going to try again. I do hear some very low DX, which typically I do hear. That tells me that I'm not going to be successful. CQDX 9 Tango Charlie 02, calling the 305 UK net, calling the 305 UK net. it would be later in the day, of course, in the UK. My friend Fred is in approximately around the London area. I'm not going to disclose his exact location. And I don't know if this is communication from the US or UK, but I'll be listening in. No such luck. Let's try one more time. CQDX 9 Tango Charlie 02, Newfoundland, Canada. We are calling the 305 UK net. Calling the 305 UK net. We certainly aren't going to give up. They'll be dropping down to this frequency from time to time. Even if I could get a hold of somebody that can get a message to Fred locally to let him know I did make contact, and that would give him more courage to be listening in for me. Of course, I have more friends over in the UK, but I spoke to Fred and I told him I would be dropping by here from time to time to make contact. Fred is on YouTube. He's got 2 channels. Fred in the Shed 1 and Fred in the Shed 2. I believe Fred in the Shed 1 doesn't have the designated 1 number on it. I think it's just Fred in the Shed, and then the second one is Fred in the Shed 2. Have a look and subscribe and watch a few videos. Of course, I have lots of friends on YouTube, so could be here a long time doing little shout outs and talking about not web pages, but YouTube pages. So anyway, let's get out of here. Back to Affordable 4, Scotland.
Hey, 444, thank you for all those kind thoughts, man, and God bless you and yours as well, man. We do appreciate it. 444, my buddy in Scotland, take care, God bless, and 73, your pal over here in Texas, 1252, we'll get out of the way. Thank you.
I also like doing DX VideoGates because sometimes people listen to video, they don't even know them, and they say, hey, I heard myself on your video. That's pretty cool when you make contact, and then typically you message back, and it usually ends up subscribing to each other's channels and sharing a bit of information and stuff like that. It's a great way to expand your base of people that you know or acquaintances. Haven't had nobody lately contact me and say, hey, I heard myself on your DX, but I encourage people to do that. If you're hanging in and watching and listening, contact me. I'd appreciate that. I'm going to take one more kick at the can. Really can't be doing very, very long video gates because it would take a long time to upload. Jolly Rogers. I don't really want to jump in there now. It's busy. It's a bit of courtesy. Really busy now. And conditions not the greatest, but certainly would, if you have a low noise floor like with this radio, you can listen away. It's incredible receive on this radio. It's a pleasure to listen to. I'm going to be getting a bookshelf speaker or something, or a car speaker, I think, a 2-way, 3-way car speaker to pick up a little bit more of the frequency that the radio can actually receive, and but I'm just using a realistic, I guess it's a 4-inch speaker, a typical box speaker that you can get with realistic. And I also got a Clarion 5-inch speaker. It's a car speaker, but it's just a 1 cone. But I would suspect it does a pretty good amount of frequency, EQ, I should say, EQ. EQ coverage. I'm going to stick around a little while longer. That conversation is still on the go. Very clear. Let's see if that gentleman still has that issue of his radio farting or burping. Victor's the one with the problem. John and Victor. Not hearing John, sadly. Wondering where he's to. Should have stuck with the conversation. I would know by now.
Okay, 73's over to you, Vic. Okay, John.
Yeah, Victor's mic is not, doesn't have a lot of high end, is what it is. It's kind of MIDI.
We'll probably catch you another time because I'm going to experiment with something at the moment, so see if I can make an improvement. All about you, John, from T6.
It's all about specifics when it comes to CB radios, obviously. The right radio, the right mic, right cable, the right antenna, and the location of your antenna, stuff like that. Height makes a difference, of course.
Yes, sir. Texas station, Mark in Texas, Mike Alpha, Romeo Kilo in Texas, over.
Oh, he's in Texas.
Okay, yeah, John, yeah, you got covered over there. John. Take care, I'm gonna...
Now these radios not burping no more.
Do a little bit of experiment.
Turn down his power, and he's not taxing the power supply for amperage. I think they're spot on. If he got a heavier power supply, he would be okay. Back to the digested breakfast. More like the digesting breakfast. Again, you don't hear much QSY. I encourage that if anybody's listening. And I'm just as guilty as everybody else to be sitting on this channel, especially when the DX is out. I could be sitting on 38 when the DX leaves here, talking to locals, and not knowing I could be interfering with other DX that could be hearing us, but we can't hear them. So, yeah, what are you going to do? At least we're hearing people. That's the main thing. And with today's technology, you can go online, you can talk to your friends, you can email them, you can text them with your phone, and they could be anywhere in the world, you know, whatever. And tell them, hey, let's go to a certain frequency and have a chat. So there's ample opportunity to check your radio. You know, I know if you had a poor setup, you'd probably never be able to talk to anybody here on 38 because it's so busy. But if you can find a clearer channel with somebody that's already there, or make contact and move to another channel by internet or whatever, and Bob's your uncle. And then you can check to see at least if you're making the trip. Some of these signals are like just below 1 dB, and then others are 3 and 5 and 7 dB. It's all over the place. Anyway, if anybody's been listening up to now, like I say, if you recognize anybody or if you recognize yourself, certainly get a hold of me through my YouTube channel. I do appreciate that. Leave a comment, subscribe, like the videos. Lots of videos to watch, and yeah, be just a lovely thing to make contact with you through the internet. And then we can always try some other time, like I say, once we got the communication locked down, how to get a hold of each other. Can certainly pick a channel and see what we can do. The main thing about it is enjoying your radio and enjoying the conversation and participating when you can. Thanks for watching, everyone.